Hello, beloved. I want to speak to you about something that's kind of nuanced. It may be difficult to understand, or maybe I don't have the ability to say it right, whichever. We are often deceived because we don't know what we are. If you don't know what you are, you could be the king of the country's child and you're living in the back room of a brothel, hidden there, kept from everything that belongs to you. And you wouldn't know. You would grow up eating shit. You would grow up in that environment. You wouldn't have the ability to be reared, to be what you are, your fullness. You could be the prince in the air, but you wouldn't have it. We've all seen those movies where some highfalutin smart lawyers try to trick somebody out of their inheritance. Well, that's the reality of the world. The reality of the world is evil is here, and it will trick you, and it will try to play on you. And the key to that is if you don't know who and what you are. You need to understand something. And I don't want no one run off and say I'm saying blasphemy. Hear it all, refer to the scriptures. Don't get all stuck on yourself, because it's not blasphemy. We were made by the Most High God, and He breathed Himself into us. We are the most valuable, you are the most valuable thing there is, because God paid Himself to get you back. God killed God, or allowed God to be killed, or God gave up His life, whichever way you want to read it, okay, to get you. You are the most important thing that's ever been, and that's why deception is so valuable to the enemy of God in being used in your life. If you don't know who you are and why you're made and what you are, how can you even function? We'll get completely caught up on things that don't matter. It's like a baby animal, like you have a baby platypus, and instead of raising it like a platypus, you raise it like a gopher or something. And so it doesn't connect with what it is. It's like some animals have to be taught. Otters and stuff, their parents teach them to go in the water. They take them, throw them in the water, and they'll swim around with them. And their little baby's just freaking out. And they'll just keep it in the water until it realizes it's not going to die, and then it loves the water. Okay? But that's because that's how it's made. But what if you were an otter? You're terrified of the water. You were left in that terror. What if someone wanted to feed on you and keep you from understanding what you are? And we've all heard the eagle that lives in the chicken yard type of thing. But it's reality. If the enemy can keep you from what was made for you, then he can defeat God's plan in your life. I hope I can explain this. It's simple, but it's somewhat nuanced. The devil is attempting, and has been attempting since the beginning, to make a shit version of what God is doing with us. From the very beginning, he was trying to get this creation that God wanted to share with us. We were made to share with Him. There's a scripture that says we are built up into a house of living stones. Living stones. Jesus is the chief cornerstone of that house. Satan wants to try to say he is the capstone. They try to use that in masonry and all this stuff, and it's just garbage. It's just his pig ego. But we're made a little lower than the angels, but crowned with glory. We are a living thing, humanity, if you want. And it's just a way of thinking about things. Don't look at this as doctrine, because it's not. Think of yourself as a cell in a long being, going back to Adam, all the humans. We're made for a purpose. We're designed. When you go and you enjoy feeding little animals, when you enjoy throwing some food to the squirrels or nuts or bird seed, or you enjoy feeding your animals, that's because of Him. That's Him in you. That's His nature. You are designed to care for His creation and to help Him with His creation. to work with him. That's what we're there for. It's him shining into us, shining back to him, shining into us. It's not us. It's not me and all my glory. It's Christ in us, the hope of glory. So it's Christ shining to the Father, shining to us, and that's what we're supposed to be like. And we're going for eternity, and eternity is not eternity. It means without time. We're going to the place without time. Time is a construct. Everything you see is a construct. They're all biological. This is a biological machine. A million depths of cells and neurons and structure and bacteria. It's a machine. It's a biological machine. You're a biological machine. My tree's a biological machine. Your dog's a biological machine. God uses biological machines. It's really, really simple. That's something he likes to work in. That's, you can see the artist's fingerprint in the paint on the Rembrandt, okay? And that's, comparing God to Rembrandt. I know, I'm sorry. But that's what it is. When you have joy inside of you and you feel that joy, that's him. That's his nature. You don't feel him in your head. You don't even really feel him in your heart. There's a different area. And I'll say something else. I don't believe anybody doesn't know God. Everybody knows God. They don't know they know God. They're not aware of it because they've been lied to, because we're in the deception. We're kept in the back of, Plato's cave or whatever. It really makes no difference. You can look at it a bazillion ways. It doesn't matter. We're kept deceived because of how valuable we are. God died to get you back. Your family. The devil wants to make, I don't know how to put it. It's like when you're a little kid. They don't do this anymore. This is kind of funny. But when you're a little kid, and used to a million years ago, that you would make an ashtray out of clay for your parents in first grade or second grade or something. Okay? You'd make some kind of clay thing, and it really looked like a blob of garbage. Okay? Well, that's what the devil is selling you, is that all of this is a blob of garbage, and it all just shit itself into existence, and you're nothing but garbage that shit itself into existence. So why should you think higher? Why should you live higher? Why should you be higher? There's no reason to. You're just an animal. You're just going to shit yourself into existence and then die, and somebody else is going to come along. You have no worth. That's what the devil's selling you. He's trying to tell you that you're crap, and he wants to make crap with us. This is his whole end times thing he's doing. He's been trying to do it. He tried to do it in the garden. He tried to do it at the Tower of Babel. He tried to do it afterwards with the giants, etc. He's trying to gain control of this creation because of us, because of you and me, and how valuable we are, and how valuable we are to God, and what we are. If you don't know what you are and who you are before him, it doesn't matter what you are to other people. Joseph was a slave and he ran Egypt, okay? It doesn't make any difference what you are to people. Yeah, it hurts. Life is painful and can be better or worse. But you need to know who you are before him. That's all that matters. And he is there. He's never left you. He's never far from you. He's right there. When you feel something, and when you're driving along and you go and you give some food to somebody and nobody told you and you don't tell anyone, and you're not doing it for some nasty guilt-ridden weirdness, you just want to give. When you just want to give to that animal, and it's not for some nasty reason, it's not some twisted guilt and condemnation garbage, you're not acting out, or some kind of feces. It's right and it's good. That's who he has you to be. That person, that's you. Knowing him is all the value there is. Everything else is taken from us. We're born into deception in this world, because even though it looks wonderful and there's a lot of beauty and glorious things in it, evil runs this planet. Principalities, powers, rulers of spiritual wickedness in high places. That's what runs the corporations. That's what runs the governments. Okay? They're good people, sure. But you just need to understand what you are and what you are to him, and your value He adores you. Maybe you can't get that. Maybe you've been so beat down. I know how it is. But he adores you. If you can ever feel the love, even a tiniest amount of the love that he has for you, it'll change your walk, because when you feel loved, love can come out of you. All his best, beloved. Thank you for being his. I look forward to seeing you on the flip side.